Hey, what it do with the business is?
It is another week in the books with the On Deck TV show. I am Spike Lou.
Man, holla at your boy Animal Brown, Animal_Brown if you're looking for me.
Listen, I am Spike Lou on those same social sites, so holla at your boy. Hey, B, what's going on with you, my brother?
I can't call it, man. The heat is turned up outside, and so it's time for me to go back inside.
It's getting hot,
Please
man.
believe that.
Gotta push my golf tee times up earlier, man. I can't be out there baking. It was hot as fuck this weekend, nigga.
They come back with a tan, dude. I ain't got time for that shit.
They come back looking like Wesley Snipes, dude. Way too late in my life for that, man. Absolutely, shit. Man. But we here. And how your summer started? Did the last weekend start summer?
I don't know. It felt like it, nigga. That sun hitting 80 plus.
It so the fuck felt like summer outside, nigga.
That's how we gonna gauge it, nigga. When the temperature hit 80 plus, nigga, it's summertime. Easily. But speaking of summertime, man, it's getting hot in these hip-hop streets. We got an action-packed episode, man. You won't believe how much Lil Durk allegedly paid J. Cole for his feature. Kendrick popped back out with a new song with Baby Keem. We're gonna talk about that. Lotto might have the song of the summer with the hottest feature to grab as well. And a new hip-hop artist has a book. We'll talk about if we're going to look for it, cop, drop. But first, your man's Gunna popped out for the first time since his release with the YSL Rico case with a brand new song. It's called Bread and Butter. Everyone has heard it. It's at like 2 million views, like in 24, 48 hours. It's doing crazy numbers. My question, how did it sound? And what do you think this did for his public perception?
First, before we get there, sorry I didn't say this before the show, but thoughts and prayers and condolences to DC Young Fly. He lost his wife over the last week, man. I'm sure that's really rough. Mother history kids. So, man, thoughts and prayers to that fella, man. I know that's rough for him.
Absolutely.
Yeah. All right. Gunna. I listened to the song. The song wasn't bad. Is it gonna change public perception? I highly doubt it. I saw a little clip circulating online when it was playing, and no one was dancing in the club to it. They said that everybody stopped when that Gunna came on. Not in a good way either, in a really bad way as far as cut this shit off. He was flowing on there. It sounded good. The video is decent, but we've talked about this in preparation for this track coming out. Like, how are his peers going to receive him? What are the fans going to say once the peers start putting stuff out there? And it doesn't look like he's going to be able to overcome it. Because, again, I'm not a big Gunna fan, but I was listening to this. And I'm like, okay, he's sliding on here. It was like a little slide album. But that may be it, though. Like, that may be what you get from him from now on is the little slides versus the pushing P's. And Gunna is a push and P guy. Like, he was a heavy artillery artist. So if we're talking about getting back in that bag, nah, because his public perception has taken that much of a hit. And I do think that it was interesting, though, that it came out under YSL. So that I feel like that their stance is basically like, I mean, we ain't gonna support you, but if you can make yourself hot, then we'll take the money. Have fun. What do you think about Gunna song?
I will say this. I actually thought the song was fire. Like, I'm not even gonna front. And I'm not a big Gunna fan myself. I'm starting to get it more as of late with the last album. But I thought the song was banging though. Like, I actually thought that this was the best thing that he could come out with, because he had to come out with something addressing the issues. He had to. You can't come out with a club song, so about no hoes. No, niggas gonna be like, no, you need to talk about the elephant in the room. So I'm glad that he addressed it, and I'm glad that he pointed out a few things in the song. And I want to point to one bar in particular that I feel like I have said over and over again on this damn show, and he clearly listens. He said, quote, lawyers and the DA did some sneaky shit. I fell for it on my P's and Q's because this time I'll be prepared for it. And I've been saying this about the video of him giving that quote unquote statement in his plea agreement, and how I felt like that was a trap to set him up to make him look a certain way. Because one, there have been 5 or 6 other niggas that have taken that exact same plea deal, and their videos mysteriously have not leaked. Mysteriously. One of them included his Young Thug's brother. None of these niggas have videos leaked. Gunna's was the first one to take the plea, and his shit happened to leak. I feel like people are looking in the wrong direction. I think the DA hit everybody with a nice little misdirect, and they've got everybody looking one way when they're in the back laughing, pointing at everyone looking at the wrong shit. So I'm glad, in my opinion, that's what that bar touched on. That's just about as eloquent as Gunna's going to put it. He's not the most lyrical person. That's not the type of music that he makes. So I'm glad he kind of touched on that. But then he also, I found interesting, threw some shots at Baby. I thought it was very.
He said that wasn't about Baby. He claimed it was.
That's cap.
But it sounded like
it was 1000% about Baby. When he talking about you in business with the rat, all that he's talking about P. Yeah. When he talked about you didn't do nothing when your man got whacked, he's talking about Marlo. He's clearly, you still hang with the niggas.
You still run with the nigga, yeah.
You still run with the niggas that had something to do with it. That
was that the first time you heard anything about that Marlo situation?
I mean, they talked about it on the documentary, but in terms of him being cool with the people who,
no, that's what I meant. Like,
I hadn't heard that.
Like,
that was breaking news.
Yeah, I think it's known around Atlanta pretty much what happened. But go ahead.
But yeah, so I think that even though I didn't see that coming, because when you start talking about the dead homies, then there's no coming back from that. Them niggas can never be cool. Like that's a wrap. And I didn't see that
Gunna
coming.
And Baby.
Yeah, once you start talking like that's it ain't no coming back. And a lot of people know Gunna through Baby, bro. Niggas used to think they was in a group, bro.
Facts. I don't think that was like a dead homie diss though. It was like the audacity of you niggas trying to hold me to this measure of accountability that y'all don't even have in y'all personal relationships. Yep. Talking about Dirk as well. He's talking about it's Dirk, Baby, and whoever else it may be. But what makes you think, like, what were you saying about the DA? Why you think they tricked him? Like, what do they get out of tricking him? I don't understand it.
I mean, because I think the narrative when he first got scooped up was, why did they scoop up Gunna and he ain't got nothing to do with this shit? Like, he's a rapper. I don't think anyone mistook Gunna for being a crime boss. I think people pretty much looked at him. The narrative when he first got locked up was, man, they ain't got nothing on dude. Like, why do they got him? And they has now turned into, oh, he told on Young Thug. That is what it has turned into. And I think the DA setting him up with the RICO shit, grabbing him in, putting his back up against the wall, forcing him to take the plea deal, because no millionaire is going to sit in there, bro, if they don't have to. I don't give a fuck who you are. What did Casanova say? He said, if you're a millionaire, nigga, and you get locked up, you're going to tell. Like, they're going, and they give you an out, you're going to do whatever it takes to get the fuck out of there, especially if you have no business.
Casanova didn't tell.
Casanova, but he said that on Breakfast Club, though. He said that on Breakfast Club.
Not in there.
This was easy for him to say in Breakfast Club, nigga, in Times Square on the #1 radio show, nigga. It's easy to say that, but I'm just telling you what he said.
Yeah, it makes sense.
I think that's the misdirect.
I think that's kind of. I think Boosie said this about Rollo. Like, man, tell that shit to somebody else, bro. Like, I see what you're saying, and it was Snake low down by the DA and his lawyers or whoever that set him up for that. But at the same time, those are things that you have to consider when you throwing up this game, bro. Like, I get his brother got out and his brother isn't as famous as Gunna. So yeah, Gunna's going to catch more arrows, but I like the song too. I just don't think that him trying to say, oh, I got tricked is going to go a long way, because niggas supposed to know how the game goes if you're in this and if you're doing this. And I know Gunna may not have been a shooter. He may not have been a kingpin or nothing like that, but what he confessed to was being around niggas every day that he knew were in a gang and that were communicating and doing criminal activities or whatever it may be. That's the leverage. Like you said, him being a millionaire wanting to get out, like the police, the DA, they ain't really need him to say that. However, if he says it, then more people are likely to say it, that they got in there, and it's going to become a stronger case against Thug. So it's a like getting in the trenches type of thing. Like, did he snitch? Did he not? No, he didn't go in there and directly say, oh, well, Young Thug did it. No, but he did admit to knowing that a criminal operation was going on, and that is detrimental to Young Thug's case.
Allegedly, it's not, though. That's the thing.
It is.
Because if they call him to the stand, he can plead the fifth.
They don't got to call him. They already got the transcript. That's
they say that don't.
Like, that's the trick.
But see, that's the thing. They say that don't. That doesn't apply to nobody else's case, though. They said it only applies to his. And the other 7 niggas that got out said the same thing.
Yeah, but that's they play, like I'm telling you, bro, they play dirty games.
Clearly.
They can tell you all of this and say, hey, well, it won't apply. When they get to court in open trial and that comes up either through the defense or the other side over there, like that I have a feeling it can be introduced. Otherwise, why are we collecting this information? I would.
That's my
like,
point.
Just think about it. They would have let him sit in there and rot, bro. What purpose do they get for letting him out? Why the fuck do they care? He
I just told you
bail or nothing.
But that's my
more. Go ahead.
That's my point, though. That's what I'm saying. What point did they have in grabbing him to begin with?
Leverage. Now we got our leverage out of you. The leverage was we have more, and I'm glad you said
28 niggas.
We have, out of these 20, and that's how they do every day if the niggas ain't YSL or not. That we gonna grab as many of y'all niggas as we can. Because we know some of y'all niggas is innocent. We know some of y'all niggas ain't about this life. We know some of y'all niggas got shit to live for. And those the niggas that go in the room first and they start to tell them, hey, well, man, you can go home. And then that's where the fractures in the dam start coming.
So why isn't the vitriol at them for that play?
Nobody knows them niggas.
No, right? I'm saying I'm saying at the
you talking about the DA? I mean, what you gonna do? We know the DA and the lawyers. All them people play dirty.
People apparently don't know that, or they don't care because they just keep talking about Gunna.
Well, that's all people talk about. Like when you go to court, that's what you like. If you be picked up in a big case like that, that's what they use in the rest of the people. Like they know everybody. Like if you get pulled over in a car and this one person got drugs on them, they're gonna take all 4 of y'all to jail because 3 of y'all, in order to get out, had to be like, oh, that wasn't mine. Well, whose was it? You didn't know it was in there, and they're gonna take you down that whole line of questioning. And they could be like, oh, we're not going to use this in court because they hoping that you settle out because the evidence that has been provided by that person that gave a statement is too strong for you to want to go to trial. Obviously, in Thug's point, it's past that. But they probably thought that they would be able to use that as, hey, man, you need to take a plea. You got 8 people speaking out against you. You should take this plea deal. So, but it's like,
they playing dirty and nobody's talking about it. That's all. And I do think the song is banging. It's at 4 million views in 3 days. It's getting a lot of repeat listens. I listened a couple of times. I was actually impressed. I thought it was well written. Nice little
flow on there, tough.
Yeah, he was slide on there. He got it was catchy. Like I was like, I kind of like the song. Like good music. And I will say real quick before we move on, I was concerned because I knew that people were going to turn their back. I knew that people were going to distance themselves, and there was no producer tag at the beginning. There's no feature on here. The video is him dolo. And it still worked. Now, how long he can maintain that, I don't know, but it worked for this one song, though.
Somebody brought this up. Well, I heard this on Joe Budden podcast, so I won't take any credit for it, but I thought it was a good observation. It sounds like that he's doing this by himself. That video looked like I called somebody. That producer looked like this nigga been sending me shit in my Gmail. Let me find somebody new. Like all of this looks like I've been doing this by myself, and that isn't Gunna's career. Gunna's career,
but it sounded good though.
It did sound good, and that's maybe cool for niggas like us. But when we talking about selling him as an artist,
that's fact.
No, bro,
that's true.
I do not know, man. It's gonna be rough, man. I look forward to see how that plays out.
I was surprised though because I did like the song. I can't even front.
Song's bad. Like introspective records coming from a nigga like who you rarely get introspection from is cool. Unfortunately, this was the case that it had to be. So
agreed.
Next up, we got your boy, the biggest boss, Ricky Rose, over the past weekend down here in the A, man. He had his car show, AB. 6,000 people in attendance, man. And this is right from the crib. Gucci Man popped out to perform. I think I seen Meek come out there, do a Dreams and Nightmares set. My question to you, AB, is this one of the biggest and best hustles in hip-hop, the car show?
Man, not counting anybody's festival, because that's a mean shuck, too. But the car show, and you don't got to leave your lobby area of your crib. First of all, crib having a lobby is insane, but his house is that fucking big. To be able to house this many people, and if you saw the videos, it looked like Meek Mill was performing at Coachella. Like, that's how big this nigga yard is, dude. And that's how dunked it was. Dude, this is the best hustle in recent memory, dog. General admission tickets were $325, bro. $325, dude. $500 for if you wanted a parking spot. $2,000 for the VIP mixer. $2,500 for VIP row. If you wanted to put your car on his lawn, It was $750, dog.
$750.
Yes, just to have your car on his lawn. If you were a vendor, nigga, it was $3,500 for your food truck to be there, $25,000 to sponsor it. This is genius. I'm not gonna lie, this is genius because it did look like an experience. It looked lit. I'm not gonna lie. He had a whole rodeo going on. He had nice whips. He had a concert. I get it. You know what I'm saying? Like, whether you feel like that's worth $350, that's completely up to you. He walking around dapping niggas up. He taking pictures. You at Rick Ross' house for the day. That's an experience for somebody. Somebody came from out of town, from a city that don't got shit like this, and had a fucking blast. I guarantee it. So whether it's worth it or not is subjective, but the hustle is non-debatable. It's got to be a top 3 hustle from any rapper right now that's not a festival. Like, it's genius. I'm not even gonna lie. He ain't got to rent no fucking venue, get insurance, get security. He ain't got to do none of that shit, dude. It's genius. And he gonna do it every year. They already talk about next year, bro.
Facts. He been doing this every year for the last 2 years. I'm gonna make it out there 1 year when I feel like it's worth the investment, because that's damn sure what it is. Facts. Ain't no pop up. That's an investment. You need to go in there with a plan of who you're trying to meet, what you're trying to get out of there for them. Facts. 350 to 1,000. But y'all think this is dope. You hit the nail on the head, man. This is genius. One thing that I will admit, we've been doing this podcast for 10 years. And after there was a period of time when I said it's over for Rick Ross. Now, it wasn't wrong. Musically, it was. It was over for him from that point as far as being that hot. But I tell you what I did not see. I did not see this stage of Rick Ross's career being able to be as funny as he was with the exchanges with Envy, the WWE stuff, Wingstop. Like,
yeah,
very early on, it didn't seem like that, man. And I appreciate what he's grown into. I love, even though I didn't go, I love watching this play out. I love watching it happen. Yeah. Even him buying the animals and shit. It's just like, for our generation of hip hop, us people that seen him grow up and then seen it go to that, like it's like you did it correctly. Like, yeah. A nigga raps and you see, okay, well, he ain't dropping albums every other week. He ain't as hot. However, everybody still know Rose name. Everybody know he still look like he making money. It's fun. It looks like to him. So this nigga has had a hell of a career, man. So to speak to the biggest hustle in hip hop, absolutely. And for it to be growing, and now for us to like not even really be like expecting music from Rick Ross, yeah. But however, accepting all of the hustles and them fairly looking like they work, like this shit is genius. One of the best second halves of a career that I can think of off the top of my head. And not to mention, Wingstop stock is up. I know you listen to our podcast, Snacks Daily, whatever they changed their name to. I think Wingstop stock is up like 15%, 30%, some shit like that.
I wonder what that's attributed to. I didn't catch that.
They said it on there. It's on the episode from today. So when you check it, I can't remember as of now. But they made some announcement that it made their stock shoot up. So
that's a good look for him. That's another W then.
Absolutely.
Man. But you nailed it though. None of us are like Ross with that album, man. Not one person.
No, I'm not.
And it's not even a knock.
And not to say that he don't even make that. Like, he still makes good enough to decent music, but it's like, bro, like, I see you getting it in. When would you have time to do an album?
Between this and the Boss conference he do at his house, that was like 20 bands, nigga, to be there.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Dog,
I definitely want to go to that.
I gotta give it to him, dude. Like I give it to him, man. The pivot to the business mogul side of things, when Wale ain't really repping the label like that. I don't know if he's still there. I think he might be gone. When Meek Mill really ain't there like that. Like, MMG is not MMG no more. But this nigga has rebranded himself. I mean, he's always talked about being a boss, obviously. But to pivot into the business and the investment game is
bossness play out. Yeah, absolutely.
He is shaking it. And I didn't go last year, but I made the mistake of driving by while it was popping because traffic was insane. And it was about 3,000 people last year, about 3,500 people last year. It was 6,500 this year, dude.
And it's gonna
nigga might get 10,000 out there next year.
I would say eventually he not gonna be able to have it at his crib.
I agree.
Like, I guess that's the goal. That's good, but eventually he ain't gonna be able to have it out there. So
that's crazy.
That's insane. That's fucking insane. I was trying to look for the reason why, but it's on that Snacks Daily podcast.
Yo,
so, shout out to Ross and his many investments, man. What we got next?
I can't tell you last time I went to Wingstop, dude. I think I've only been to Wingstop once in my life, actually.
they got the fat wings, man. They ain't got
See,
the
that
big
ain't gonna.
wings. Yeah,
I
they
can't
got
do
the
nothing
big
with
boy
that.
steroid wings, man. I
Yeah,
don't fuck with
that
the
ain't. Them
steroid
ain't
wings.
nothing. No. Steroid
Man, I
wings
don't know
ain't
where they get them steroid
nothing.
wings. Ain't nothing.
I'd
They got
rather
the
have some
big boy
small ass wings,
wings.
dude.
Yeah,
Make
give
them
me the. I'd
crispy.
rather have little. Yeah, give me the crispy small wings versus the big boy, soggy, like half cooked soft wings. But
Be
they need
red in
another
the
chicken
middle and
source,
shit, dude. What the
right?
fuck?
Oh, this nigga. Shit don't even taste good. But yeah, some maybe they changed the wings. Maybe that's why the stock went off. Maybe they got the regular wings in there.
Might need to pull up, man. Next up, man, we have a new book alert. Yo boy, Brooklyn rapper Bobby Shmurda made an announcement on Instagram, man. He signed a brand new book deal. He said, quote, "It will undoubtedly be one of the most captivating tales ever recounted." He is super excited. He says, "My first autobiography. I can't wait for you to receive and read this masterpiece. You'll be motivated like a motherfucker. This will be one of the best stories told in hip hop history." Are you buying or selling the Bobby Shmurda autobiography?
I'm selling his sell on it. He putting the sauce on there. I give him that. But all jokes aside, Bobby Shmurda is an interesting story. The way he hit the scene, and was taken immediately from the scene, having to do that much time in jail. So yeah, I am interested in the backstory, how they got to that point with that video that we saw, how it went viral, how he dealt with that, what happened in jail. I'm not sure I would put as much sauce on it as he has, like one of the best stories in hip hop, but I'm here for it. I'm open to it. One of the quotes that he had here recently, he said rap was trash, that nobody was catching his ear nowadays. And I think that's funny to say that most people, and we've talked about this before, we see him doing the book deal. People not focused on music no more, bro. Like even with him versus dropping a single, though he's tried, he's flat on his face.
Yeah.
I can still go get a book deal. I'm still gonna promote this book like an album, and I'm still gonna stay in people's mind and on their faces, or excuse me, stay in the face of people without having to put out music, and I'm a rapper. So I think it's a genius pivot. If he's a good storyteller, if that story is good, shit, I could see the Bobby Shmurda movie. Like I could see that happening. So yeah, I'm here for that.
See, here's the thing. We don't want him to make any more music. Like we don't want him to rap. That's the thing. He tried. He had a spark when he started. He got locked up when he was on fire. But he's really only known for one, maybe two joints though. So he really wasn't. It wasn't as if like he dropped a classic album and then he got locked up. Like Shine. I mean, I ain't saying Shine's a classic, but I'm saying at least we had a body of work that was like, oh, okay, this nigga might got some potential.
You're missing something.
You're right. Yeah. Nigga, Bobby Shmurda had a hot song with no hook. And that was it. And he hopped on computers with Roddy Rebel, and there's no hook on that either. Like it's just drilling. And that was cool. But it's not as if like the nigga was the second coming of Nas, dude. And we were robbed of a no. And you could tell because when he came back out, nigga, the music sounded like he only had one song when he went in. And so as long as he's staying far away from a booth and a microphone, I'm here for it. I'll read the book before I listen to a song.
That's a fact. You know what this makes me think of one of the best books I've ever read, just because of how wild that video looked. And that's at Earl, that DMX.
Oh yeah, that shit was good.
Fucking that his story was fucking crazy.
It was insane.
If Bobby Shmurda has something similar to this, just off how the video looked and the experience that he had, I'm here for it, like you said. But I don't want to hear another album.
I don't know.
We talk about biops. They need to drop at Earl. That's what need to happen. I'd be here for that Earl. Man, you don't even got to go into DMX. Just give me the Earl until he like do the movie from the little child age years to the nigga sign, and then you can cut it off and maybe come with a part 2, call it DMX or something. Yeah, but I'm here for that part 1 Earl. Nigga, yeah. I want to see that.
I agree. That'll be dope. Here's the thing with Bobby Shmurda. He's 28 years old. He did 7-8 years. Well, so would be crazy. The biography of a 21-year-old is what you're gonna read. Now, I'm not saying it's not an eventful 21 years. But we know 2 of those are gonna be hip hop related. How short is this book finna be, dude? Like
I guess they was getting to it. They had the gang activity and shit that they was doing. I'm assuming
allegedly
he started probably doing that around 13. Yeah, allegedly 13, 14 years old. So you got to get 6-7 years of running the streets in New York. New generation of niggas. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what my expectation of it would be, I am interested in that story of like his gang, how they even got that big to that point of the video. I want to see the build up. I want to know what happened to that, who discovered them, what was going on, what they was into. I am interested in that because they hit the scene like a goddamn tidal wave.
That's a chapter. That's a chapter. That ain't a whole book though.
I mean, we read books about less. Gucci Man. Like, it's a lot of books out there I can name. Like, it wasn't shit in here, nigga.
Gucci Man shit event. He should have had some shit in there.
He should have, but it wouldn't. So
that's why you can't
writer. If you get a good writer to pair up with Bobby Shmurda, man, you can make this right.
We're gonna see. Congrats to him, man. Stay away from the boo.
Absolutely. AB, rip me out of the plastic. I've been acting brand new. I know you've seen that quote everywhere.
Facts.
Shout out to Lotto and the Put It on the Floor song. She dropped the remix with aforementioned lyrics, ripping people out of the plastic. Who she rip out? Cardi B. Cardi B came through. She saw, she conquered, murdered another feature. I got a really simple question, AB. Nowadays, if you making the remix, is the first name on the list that you need to grab is Cardi B?
Yeah, if you're a lady, for sure. Because first, let me say this: this song is banging.
Cardi ripped this shit too.
Cardi verse was cool.
She ripped it.
It was cool. Her verse on Glorilla shit frying this though.
Yes.
Brian this. And I think her voice just sound better on that Glorilla. I needed somebody else on this. I'm gonna be honest. But
like who?
I don't know, but somebody else. She should have had like Omeretta or somebody like that on him.
No.
I mean, I know the name doesn't hold the same amount of weight. I get it.
They don't make it a song for the song.
I agree, but it was already hot before. Shit, like it's all on TikTok and all this shit. Like the song is hot. I will say I did like the verse. I just didn't love it. But if you're a lady in hip, Cardi B is doing a very good job of being friends with the right people and being down to collaborating with other up and coming or quote unquote newer lady artists, which is Nicki is trying to do now. She's trying to play catch up now. She hopped on Ice Spice shit. She hopped on Sexy Red shit. Nicki is now trying to do that late stage in her career, and maybe too little, too late. But but Cardi has been doing it on some of the biggest records. That Tomorrow Too was one of the biggest songs last year, and this might be song of the summer. Who knows? So we're never gonna get an album from her. I'm convinced. She's just gonna keep doing these one-offs and features, and then she'll drop a Lucy song probably toward the end of the summer, and that's gonna be that. And where she's gonna be Lauryn Hill, and we're never gonna get another album. I do believe that though. She's not dropping ever again. Fuck it, I'm saying it.
I don't blame her. I'm done with this.
I agree.
Like, I make way more money doing all the rest of this shit. But I think Cardi was perfect for this, bro. Like her voice. I can't get nobody. If Lotto is going for that song of the summer, then yeah, this is exactly it. This is the person that she needed on there. I question though some of the newer guys. Like, wouldn't it be smart for them to start tapping into this? I mean, shit, like you said, or we said here last week or week before that, the ladies run this shit, man. So if you're a newer dude and you can come up with a Fire Cardi, Glorilla, Ice Spice, whoever, Lotto verse, and that kind of makes sense with what you're doing. You ain't trying too hard to do it, but they got a fire ass verse on it that you wouldn't expect it. I think that'll go a long way, even more so from any verse. Like probably on the male side is J. Cole. But I mean, who the fuck is being able to get a J. Cole feature paying $1 million for that, which we'll talk about later.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, if I were trying to make a splash, I would make a song where I could get Lotto or Glorilla or Cardi on there. Cardi probably got the same feature price as Cole though.
I was just about to say that ticket crazy.
It might be more than J. Cole.
That ticket crazy, nigga. She can afford to do one feature a year, bro.
Yeah, and we good. We ain't got to do too much else. But yeah, I think that this is gonna sound crazy to say, but what it's reminded me of her little run is when we saw the nigga that did it the best ever was Wayne in 2004. Like the feature game when he was coming through and you knew I'm coming through, I'm gonna smoke this shit, nigga. It might be my song when we leave out of here when this shit get done. Cardi does the same thing to the features now. You mentioned the one before this with Glorilla, this one right here. Even though Lotto held her own though. Lotto
yeah, for sure.
Ripping it. But yeah, when Cardi come through, it's just something different. It takes it to a new level. So did you see her Summer Jam set?
A little bit. I ain't watched the whole thing. She got a decent set though. She got some songs.
They said she was dissing Ice Spice. Did you see that?
I heard. Yeah. But I don't know if she. That's allegedly, and she may have because Ice Spice over there with Nicki. This is how it go. It don't be making no sense, but this is how it go. And it's like you got to choose one or the other, dude.
And we all just get along. I guess do Nicki and Cardi got some street beef or something? Like, what's the deal? Why they hate each other? I don't know
what that is. I don't know. They don't fuck with each other though. It's very apparent.
Yeah.
Two of the
go ahead.
I was gonna say it's funny that two of the hottest songs out right now are both out of Atlanta though. Because that Lotto song is hot and that Young Nudie, that Peaches and Eggs Plants is hot.
Oh my God, that Peaches and Eggplants is nuts.
That's
not for me. It's not for me, but I get it. But I definitely get it. The video was hard. 21 Savage ripped it. 21 Savage is another one. That's another one.
Relax.
Nah, he ripped that. What was it? I just listened to something that he was on.
Relax. We're not gonna get the Drake and him.
When I find it, no, nigga, Drake's doing features.
Don't do that.
When the last time you heard Drake on a feature?
We're not gonna do
that. Benny was just crying about Drake not releasing his feature. Drake don't even do features.
Benny been waiting on that.
Benny been waiting on the Drake feature 5 years, bro. He might shoot dude behind that. And Joe asked me, he said, man, you were disappointed. He's like, man, it'd be a big star, man. I guess he got a line. Man, nigga, shut up. Where my song at, nigga? Because they asked him, he was like, well, what was the hold? He's like, man, the nigga never really even said. When you know a nigga hot, he like, man, I don't know what's going on, bro.
Hey, Benny been waiting for that shit to drop for years. It's a rap, dude.
Homie. That shit is gone, homie.
That shit gone.
Forget that shit.
Hey, man, he want that Drake feature bad.
Every day. That nigga listen to it every day and everything.
He want to leak that shit so bad.
God, wait, man, quit playing that shit, nigga. They ain't never coming.
Oh shit, he on his gal nerves and everything. Man, quit playing this shit.
Man, that's funny, man. I'm just hitting you up again, Big Bro. Saying we're gonna drop that song.
Bro, seeing that. We in June, bro. I know you said 2020.
Summertime, big dog. We got a heater right here. We got it. You remember I got that one still in the hard drive. I just got to get it mixed, bro.
I'm ready to hit the button when you are, bro. Drake, hello?
Drake pressing decline like a motherfucker.
The number you have dialed.
What verse was that again? Who are you? I'm sorry. What?
Hey, man, can you imagine having a Drake feature, nigga, and you just waiting on the day for this nigga to green light it, too?
I almost had to just be like, fuck it, bro. You got to just, but that's going to fuck up the relationship.
That's what I'm saying.
But, bruh, we not going to do this for 3-4 years, nigga. Nigga, somebody stuff. I'd put out in the press like a whole little botch robbery behind it. Man, I got robbed. Nigga came in the studio, man. Nigga took everything, man. Hard drive, put your shit on there, bro. Drop that shit tomorrow, nigga. Yeah, man. We don't know who them niggas was, man. They specifically came looking for the hard drive. They ain't take nothing else. I see you still got your chain. Yeah, man. They ain't want no chains or nothing. They just came looking for the song, bro.
This nigga set the whole fake ass robbery, dude. Hey, that's funny as fuck. Some material that did come out. Moneybagg Yo dropped a new album, Hard to Love. He's been in the news lately with him and we talked about the rollout between him and his girl Ari and what she would do if this went number one. He says that this was the hardest.
Now, though, since
she walked that back.
It makes sense her saying that. No, it makes sense her saying that because he was talking to Angie about him getting caught cheating.
Okay. He said this was the hardest album for him to record. Simple question, man. Did you check it out and what'd you think about it?
I did check it out, man. One thing that I can say, Moneybagg, you're a rapping ass nigga, man. I forget that sometimes because I don't listen to him a lot. But I was listening to this album, man. Nigga, he got a dope ass flow.
Yeah, for sure.
Newsflash. Yeah, newsflash. I'm not sure if everybody knew that joke. But with that being said, man, the album was good. It had some introspective stuff on there. He's been through a lot over the last 2 years. Pairing the album with the Angie Martinez interview is the cheat code, though. You need to listen to the interview, then the album, or listen to the album and the interview, but just make you listen to both of them. you're gonna get a lot more from that album because Moneybagg Yo ain't really the type of dude that you didn't think he was that type of dude that's gonna give you that type of Angie interview.
Yeah.
But he got deep, man. Some real introspective shit. He was talking about like having to be a man and holding stuff together for his kids. When the shit that happened over the last 2 years, his losing his homeboy, his baby mama died. Another one of his homeboys got locked up for like life, I believe. And this is just in the last 2 years. And he was like, God, it was hitting me up like, bro, you ain't never took this long to record. He like, I'm acting like I'm cool in front of everybody. I'm crying in the bathroom. Like it's some real shit that he was talking about. And after listening to the interview and listening to the album again, man, it really hit home a lot more. Wasn't as good as I thought it would be, just from a musical standpoint, but the introspective on it was worth it, especially for a guy like me that's the previous hip hop generation, listening to someone like him in this generation, like really get in his bag like that. I appreciate it. I like this album.
Then that means I need to run that interview down because this album was one and done. That motherfucker was in the recycling bin, nigga. As soon as I hit after track 20.
That's crazy.
I was like, I can delete, remove from album. Yes. I mean, remove from library. Yes. Are you sure? Yes.
Absolutely.
No, it was cool. It was cool, and nothing really. I think it was some early on. I ran back. I thought it was kind of dope. He was kind of taken. I think the intro was kind of fire. That they say.
I love the intro.
Yeah, that was hard.
Talking about him, yeah, that was fine.
He was ripping that, and I think it was one on there called Steel that he was doing his thing on. But I'm not gonna front. It didn't really touch me like that. Like pause. It didn't move me at all. But I am interested to hear that interview because I don't think I've ever watched a Moneybagg interview before. And I fuck with him as an artist.
Yeah, I ain't really seen that many of them either. Angie did a good job, man, making him feel comfortable. And just letting him let that shit out that he been going through the last 2 years. It was some really good stuff on the.
See, I'll watch that.
Insight to him as an artist. Yeah, I think you'll definitely appreciate it.
And I'm perfectly fine with watching that and fucking with that and not fucking with the album though. I'm perfectly fine with that, and I wouldn't be mad at that because I'm sure there's one or two on here that'll go up for the summer that'll make at least a little bit of waves. He usually keep one. I know he got the one on here with Glorilla that was making a little bit of noise, but.
And we got one with Future, and the deluxe probably gonna come out with some people on there. So
exactly, the deluxe gonna come out with 20 more, and there'll be one on there, and the Benny and Drake feature will be on that motherfucker. But I'm cool on the album. It didn't really move me. I really don't know what the go-to Moneybagg Yo album is. Like I would really have to holler at a Moneybagg Yo like fan and be like, if I have never heard an album, what's the one? Because I don't know what that is. And I fuck with his singles, I fuck with his features, and I fuck with a couple of songs here and there, but I don't know the go-to project. What's the quintessential Moneybagg Yo project, bro? I don't know. I ain't got one.
I don't know. I'm not that big of a fan. I know one year he made my top 10 list that we did it. Maybe that one. I'm not sure which one that was, but one year he did definitely make my album of the year.
That's nuts.
He put out good music. It's just not for us, though. Like he put out, Moneybagg Yo puts out I'm Outside music. Like,
okay, that's fair.
I'm active. Like, we're gonna go to the next spot. I got a car full of my homies or my homegirls with me. Like we turning up here. That's the type of music he make for sure.
Yeah, I can't relate.
I missed that. Missed that. So,
I remember those days.
Yeah, I remember them days, but I'm not listening to Moneybagg Yo on the golf course. So that's not happening. What we got next?
Oh, shit is on me. No, I read the Moneybagg.
Oh, okay. Next, man, the 50th anniversary event is coming up for the Celebrating Hip Hop in New York. There's going to be a lot of dope acts, AB. Snoop, I think, going to be there. Yep. A lot of people from the culture as far as celebrating 50 years of hip hop. The headliner for this event is going to be Run DMC. Much respect to them. If you were putting this event together, AB, who would you have headline hip hop 50th anniversary event? Or did they get it right?
I think for the time and the place, they got it right. This will be at Yankee Stadium, which is kind of cool. It's August 11th for anybody looking to get tickets. Snoop, Wayne, Cube, Eve, Lil' Kim, Lupe, Fat Joe, EPMD, Ghostface. It's a lot of people. Slick Rick. It's a lot of people here. A lot of old, some new. Or I mean, these are mostly legacy acts, but still, they're spanning 90s and 2000s when you got Lupe and Remy Ma. But to have Run DMC headlining it, I'm not mad at this. It's nothing that I would necessarily attend, but there's an audience for this, and they'll have a good time. And The people who came to see Run DMC may be lost when Wayne hops on, or when Fat Joe gets on, or Trina, but they'll be right at home when Slick Rick and EPMD come on, and they're gonna have a good time. So much like the festivals, like my problem with festivals is that I'm there to see probably 3 acts and there's 17. And so there's no point in me going. This is the same thing. I don't need to go to Run DMC. I don't need to see them in person, with all due respect. But I do think it's a cool moment, especially at Yankee Stadium. That's gonna be dope, man. I'm here for that and more acts like this, or more situations like this year. They need a South version. They need one on the West Coast that'll be dope. And they need one in the Midwest that'll be dope. It's the 50th year, dude. It only turns 51, so they need to go all out.
You step right into my point as you were saying that. Yes, it's perfect Run DMC for New York. Absolutely. Yankee Stadium. Who else would you have? Unless it's going to be Jay or somebody like that. But I do think that this is a thing where it needs to travel. You do all 4 coasts. You do the South, and you have a Scarface or a Ghetto Boys or something of that nature for the headliner, just giving you a full idea of the 50 years, not just these different capsules of it, even bringing in some new people to do it. Said if some of these people had enough pull to get Drake there to do a song, to get Cole there to do a song,
Future.
Like this, this should be like a really, really big deal, bro. Like this should be like a traveling thing, like those reunion shows and things of that nature. Like celebrating 50 years of hip hop, I feel like should be big. Run DMC is great for it for New York, but like you said, we get one in the South with the Ghetto Boys and T.I. and Future and Jeezy and Ross, and then you go out west and you pick up everybody from there like Game and Kendrick and those people. Yeah. So it should be one of those things. I feel like if it was promoted like that, I probably would have tried to hit at least the South and the West. Yeah, I'm cool off that Midwest and the East Coast.
The Midwest would be nasty.
Get Kanye, if they could get Kanye. Yep. You get Kanye, you can get Lupe.
No. That ain't none of that.
You can't get Kanye to headline the 50th anniversary hip hop shit. That ain't happening.
Not right now. It's the block too hot.
That's crazy. That's what'll cool it down. That'll cool it down.
If you had a 50th anniversary of hip hop in Chicago or Midwest and didn't have Kanye, it would throw it null. It would make it null and void. But he too hot right now. Still.
Who would headline in the Midwest? Eminem. For sure.
It gotta be.
Right. And then out west, headline will be Dre.
Snoop. Yeah. Q.
And down south, who
Outkast. Wayne. In a perfect world.
That's a good one. Outkast. Outkast is
in a perfect world.
There we go. We just got that right for you, Hip Hop 50th anniversary people. Send the check over to the email, the routing number and all of that good shit. We appreciate you for tapping in.
Man, next up, man, Kendrick popped out of nowhere. Him and his cousin, I forgot how they related, but
family ties,
man. Baby Keem, new song and video called Hillbillies. What are your thoughts on it, man? Are you here for this new Kendrick and Baby Keem?
Nah, I ain't here for this weird ass shit, man. Baby Keem is cool. He's just not for me. Seems like we're saying it a lot more on this podcast lately.
Yeah.
Like, I get it. The little nigga can rap. He's creative, but it was just on some weird shit. The video was weird. It didn't work for me. Like, I want to hear Kendrick spitting or introspective or doing things like that still. He's having fun here. That's cool. If you want to hear Kendrick have fun, it's just not like this hillbilly shit. Like, I didn't like the video. It was goofy. It was goofy to me. Like, they were still like, it was a good song. I will say that. I won't say that like this shit was trash. I'm never listening to it again, anything of that nature, but it just wasn't for me in the sense it was just goofy. It was just really goofy.
I'll say it. That shit was trash and I'm never listening to it again. That song wasn't nothing.
Really?
That wasn't nothing.
Why you say that?
I didn't like the beat. I thought the beat was some slaw. It didn't help that I'm watching the video and he got them pointy ass cowboy boots on.
That was crazy. The video was crazy.
The video went.
What were they going for? What do you think they were going for?
I don't know. And their shit is usually pretty creative. And I don't even necessarily say that I can answer what he's going for in half of the videos he puts out. But still, they're visually appeasing. This one didn't do anything for me. It looked like they just threw some shit together. I know he's pumping that PG Lang shit. That's his new label. And I guess Keem is on it. He's pumping the hell out of Baby Keem. You can hear his influence in some of Kendrick. Well, they're influencing each other. Somebody's influencing the other because you can hear some of it. But Baby Keem does nothing for me. I'm not here for his music. I did like him on Donda. He on Donda like 2 or 3 times, and he did his thing on there. But other than that, though, I'm super good. They threw a couple of Lucy's out last year or year before. I did like the song that they had together, but this one ain't it though. And if they got a whole project, man, what are they gonna be talking about, bro? Like, what do Baby Keem be talking about? He don't be talking about shit, bro.
Don't he got an
It's
album?
nothing.
Baby Keem got an album out, right?
Yeah, he do. I couldn't get into it. It's a lot of vibe shit. I just couldn't. It went over my head.
Yeah, I'm thinking this was the rollout for the album. Maybe they got an album called Hillbillies or something like that, which is weird.
I don't want that.
I don't want. Yeah, yeah.
I don't want that.
Like Kendrick,
they keep that.
To his credit, Kendrick did just give us a phenomenal fucking album after being off.
Double album.
Yeah, like lean into that though. I don't really need the Baby Keem Kendrick double CD.
He pushing Keem though.
Yeah, I guess
it's feeling forced.
It is feeling a lot forced. I agree with you 100% there. What's Donda? Never heard of that.
Stop. It's a classic. My boy, the only nigga that got classics in the 2000s, 2010s, and 2020s. Put some respect on his name.
That's just not true. That's just
only nigga. Can't nobody else say that.
That's not true.
Ain't nobody else say that. Maybe Nas.
In the 90s, you said?
I said 2000s, 2010s, and 2020s. He got classic in each one. Easy.
Jay-Z do too.
He ain't got a classic in 2020. 444 came out 2018.
Close enough.
Nice try. Goat shit, nigga. Hell is you talking about? It came out 2017. Excuse me. Yeah, he ain't even close.
It might be
Kanye for president, nigga.
To talk about. Stop it. Stop. What we got next?
Before we get out of here, man, your man's Lil Durk. Of course, he's got this single with Cole, who we spoke about earlier, who has been on a killing spree lately. Allegedly, reportedly, paid just under $1 million for the feature, $967,000 to be exact. If this is the case, which who knows if it is, but let's for shits and giggles say it is, was this a good investment?
Hell yeah. Especially if you're trying to rebrand like he was with the kids and shit, get the lighthearted shit going on there. 967,000 is a crazy number though. I wonder how he gets there. But like, why isn't it just $1 million? Like, are there like different fees?
Yeah, it's per
instead of 16. Like,
it's a flat rate like, per line or per word.
So J. Cole charges per word for his features.
Allegedly.
That's crazy. Give me a bridge. Eight bars, my nigga. That's all I want. Just give me the cooler J. Cole bridge.
I need that Pimp C on Big Pimpin'. Nigga, 8 bars,
something
nigga.
like that. Give me that to keep me at 250,000. I think that's 250 though, probably for that. Jesus Christ. But yeah, it's a good deal. It's a good investment, especially since Durk's finally healed. That's the name of it. Ain't that
almost healed?
Right? Almost healed. Yep. Yeah, going down that lane, that's the perfect person to roll your first single out with. It says, hey, I've been doing this, but I want to do this now. But it don't get too far away from it either, because on the album, I finally did listen to it. He still got some of that stick talk, of course, on there. Yeah. But yeah, this is good. This is really good. It's one of the best songs with the children in there. And to have J. Cole come fucking clean it up like that, yeah, hell yes. And a really good investment. What do you think?
It made its way to #1 on the hot R&B and hip hop songs charts. It's one of the most streamed songs out right now. It's allegedly one of his biggest song. I think it's his highest charting song ever. So shout out to him. When you start getting into that lane, yeah, then it was worth it, dude. Like, you're gonna make your money back on that shit. We know how this shit go. It's a whole lot of money gets changed and passed around when it comes to these records, dude. And if this shit get played in a fucking playoff commercial, or if this shit get played in a fucking Gatorade commercial, then it was all worth it, dude, because you're going to get that right back in an instant. So hit #1 on the Hot 100. Hey, man, that's a good look. I'm not going to lie. This money well spent, dude.
I wonder how much the kids got paid for their feature.
That's a good question. Nowhere near $1 million. Yeah, they got lunch.
J. Cole would have been that nigga if he donated to the kids. If it had a cane, that's some J. Cole type shit. I donated my feature price to the kids so they could eat. Like, that would have been some J. Cole.
That'd have been
like,
crazy.
Cole type shit. Yeah.
Yeah. Not gonna lie, Durk been in a giving mood too. We'll get to that in a second with these wins and losses. But first, your man Tupac Shakur gets a Hollywood star on the Walk of Fame 27 years after his death. Win or loss?
It's an L because it took too long. Like, bro, like this should have been there at the very least 7 years ago. Really, 17 years ago. Like, about 10 years after he died. Like, I would have gave him that much grace. But, bro, like, Pac should have been on there. YG said the same thing. He was hot. Said y'all got cuz fucked up. But, yeah, like, it should have been there a long time ago, bro.
So but here's the thing, though. We know how this shit worked, though.
Who paid the $30,000 for him, I wonder?
His estate probably did.
Well, so if they wait so late for?
That's what I'm saying. That's who we need to be looking sideways at.
I ain't looking sideways at them, the walk people. Whoever waited 27 years is who I'm looking sideways at. So you're right. If it's the estate niggas, if they took 27 years to process the application, whoever, y'all are at fault. Pac should have been there a long time ago. Have you ever been there? Have you ever walked the little thing? Yeah, I need to go out to LA and do that, man. I might do that this summer.
Yeah, it's cool. Saw my name out there and shit. It was lit. W or L, Drake's card his credit card gets declined on a live stream while he was trying to gift the fan $500, man. W or L? Man,
this is a L. And look, it happens, bro. Like, this has happened to all of us, especially we know Drake got $500. You know what I'm saying? But how pissed off are you when that shit happens to you and nigga, you know the money in there. Like, that's when it make you the maddest, nigga. Back when you was broke and it was like nigga, they might be right. Like, that's it might not be in there. Then you be like, well, let me go to the car real quick. I'm saying. But if you know it's in there, nigga, somebody finna get cussed out. Y'all got me. Everybody in here got me fucked up. Nigga be taking that shit personal, bro. Like, what? Decline? Nah, you did something wrong.
And it don't never happen when you by yourself. You always with a gal, or you always with a group of people.
I got it, bro. He put it on. Sorry, sir. Like, what? Sorry, sir. What, bitch? Like, you couldn't have ran my card, not mine. Niggas will pull up their bank shit and they're like, look, nigga, like, I know it's in there, nigga.
That shit don't never happen on the low. It's always when you on Front Street, dude. Every time.
They'll be nervous and shit. Mr. Take decline. What, bitch?
Hey, but now this is funny. This is an L, but it's hilarious though. Like you said, we know. Like, but that's funny as fuck. What if Drake was broke though? Like, what if he's getting raped?
That would be crazy.
That nigga deal.
That would be crazy if they did the think piece in the documentary after this, and this was the show piece. Drake was really not making any money. Not having $500 as Drake is crazy. You gotta pull out the like money phone after that. Be like, my fault, baby. We have a little technical difficulties. Just make it rain. Like, you gotta make that up, bro. But that's a big L. On the live stream too, we ended the stream and everything. Like, man, cut this shit off.
He said, "Oh, that's embarrassing." That shit was fun. He funny though.
Drake is funny, man. He is.
One more, man. Teased it earlier, man. W or L? Lil Durk buys a homeless man a 30-day stay at a hotel, a couple of gift cards and some cash. The homeless man kind of went viral he was on camera recorded watching his video with J. Cole. W or L, buying a homeless man a 30-day stay at a hotel?
That's the big W, man. I like this part of Durk's healing process, getting the guy set up to at least start getting on his feet, man. That's probably one of the hardest things for homeless people when they trying to get a job and they ain't been homeless for a while, just having a stable place for a while, to shower, look decent, to going into an interview, things of that nature, man. Just get him peace of mind. In 30 days is dope. Like, can't expect Durk to buy the nigga a house or no shit like that, but giving him 30 days to get his feet back under him, man, that's some real shit. So that's a big W for Durk.
People commented and were like, okay, so then what happens after that 30 days?
That's on him.
And I'm like, daddy. What do y'all not want nothing to happen? Like, what?
Why are you asking me? That's what they would hate me if I were there. What the fuck you asking me for? Ask him what he gonna do in 30 days, nigga. I know he good for 30. You want to do something after that, nigga? Go fund me then.
You get his next 30, nigga. That's what happens. You get the next 30.
Exactly, nigga. You take care of the next 30 then. People are always trying to count, how much money is Durk got? He should have built him a house. Know this nigga? Building that nigga no house.
He might not have 500. That might be his last little boy, like Drake.
Right. Come on, bro.
If Drake ain't got 500, man, Durk, that was his last little bread.
That was all his little check. If Drake ain't got 500, you're right. But that is crazy how people are, though, man. People are fucking insane. Like, well, what happens after the next? But they think that they the ones being hired and mightier than now. Like, nigga, get the fuck out of here.
Ain't gave.
I took care of these 30 days.
And the main people doing that ain't gave 10 minutes out of a shelter. Nigga ain't fed nothing. Ain't handed nothing out. Nigga, no socks. Ain't nothing.
They the main ones doing the beam. Yeah, when a homeless person walk up to their window like, oh, let me let this up real quick, nigga. I can't hear you straight ahead, nigga. I'm looking at the light.
Keep that shit to yourself, man, if you're just going to hate on it.
Facts,
going to the On Decker of the Week, man. We're going to YouTube. Shout out to new subscribers, David Warren, new subscribers, Angel Man, and shout out to Bakari with a comment that OnlyFans / GoFundMe slip from Spike tells you how much he was thinking about that Ari video. That's a fact.
Facts, nigga. I'm still looking for it to drop, nigga. If you get the link, Bakari, drop it in the Twitter. I know we probably need that, buddy. Absolutely.
Facts. Anybody get that? Throw that in the comments, man. All right, man. Before we get out of here, man, put me on to something.
We probably had the same put on this week, minus the new HBO show starring The Weeknd, pop star.
Idol.
I believe it's called Idol. Yeah, this Close is enough. Very interesting. I haven't gotten through the whole episode, but the first 15 minutes I've seen, yeah, I'm here for this. This should be an exciting, good show. I can't wait to see how it plays out.
Yeah, I'm gonna take it to the movies. You can skip Fast and the Furious 10 if anybody was wondering if they should skip or see that.
Start skipping those at 2.
You missing out there.
Skipping those for the last 20 years.
But you can absolutely skip this one and fuck with the Spider-Man. I actually really enjoyed the new Spider-Man joint. I didn't like the first cartoon joint for one reason or another. Everybody liked it. I didn't really fuck with it like that. But this new one was hard though. So maybe I need to revisit the other one because this one was tough. I had a good time in that, man. So fuck with the Spider-Man. That's a go. The Fast and the Furious is some slaws to skip.
I saw something that made me think when you was just saying that before we get out of here. Did you see Dame Dash on Matt Hoffa?
A couple of clips.
A little clip.
What was he talking about, Spider-Man?
Like, no. You said it was hard, and I was going to say pause, and he was like,
that was funny.
Dame Dash was like, I knew it was over. Like this, it's crazy that he said it like this, but it make all the sense in the world, bro. As I looked at it, I could see that. He was like, when they tried to hit Jay-Z and them with the pauses and shit, and they were like, no, we don't do that no more. Niggas too grown out here to be playing the pause game. Dame said, I knew it was over then.
Yeah, he said it was a wrap. He said Rockefeller done. I knew it.
It's done. All this shit is a wrap, nigga. Yep. So that was funny as hell. And I feel 100% where he coming from, too.
Facts.
I just thought that was a good little tidbit.
They done grown apart. It happens.
Yeah.
Hey, man. Another action-packed episode. Another week in the books, guys. YouTube.com/OnDeckTV show. Leave a comment, hit that like, and subscribe. We greatly appreciate it. Anything else before we get goes?
That's it, man. We appreciate you guys joining us, celebrating these 10 years and many more years of going strong in this podcast game. We out.
Yes, sir.